Hello, it's Angela Zajac Brook here from Angela Brook Art, and thank you for stopping by. And I know if you leave a comment, I apologize. I don't know how to answer the comments. And someone had asked about if I have ever painted with makeup. Yes, when I was in Mary Kay, actually at the Mary Kay corporate office, they had a painting that they had used Mary Kay makeup. So I had some leftover makeup. And the important thing was to gesso the canvas first, and then, or the piece of paper. Actually, I was making a card, some cards, and then I put a matte medium on top of it. So once again, I apologize for not being able to answer your comments. I could not figure out how to do that. And I'm getting close to being done with my Dina Wakley journal. And the cutoff is, I don't know if you ever read Art Journaling magazine. This is this current one. I happen to be in this one and I want to apply to the next one. And the cutoff is February 15th. So I'm trying to get this journal done. And so in the front, on the outside cover, I used the heavy body. I just mixed 3 colors together and used my fingers, and it came out, I like that look. And then I'll put something on there, I'm not sure what yet. And then here I used the Dina Wakley Media Scribble sticks. And it was actually a lot of fun. So I have one spread, and I'm just saying, grab a cup of coffee or tea and come and join me on my journey. So this was one that I had finished. I went back, I had made a video on it, and sometimes after, I try to be really inclusive, but I ended up going back and adding some stuff to it. So that's how that came out. So I have one spread left, that's it. Well, and here's one I did with the mixed media heavy body, just sort of abstract. And I put some of this India ink on. And the thing is, if you use India ink, it does, even when it's dry, you have to put paper between it, otherwise it will stick. So I did the same thing on my back cover that I did on my front cover. I kind of like to do my journals like that. So I have one spread left. So that's what I'm going to work on today, and I'm going to use the scribble sticks, and I'm just going to do it. They're a lot of fun to work with. I don't know if you've ever used them before. I actually use a Stabilo pencil. I'm just going to draw it out a little bit. I have no idea what I'm going to draw. I kind of have an idea. I am going to, I liked the coffee cup that I had at the beginning. I sort of wanted to end with that, something similar. And in the afternoon, I like to make my espresso at home, my cappuccino, and I use my wide cup. So I'm just going to draw, and it's a nice wide cup, which is why I like it for my my decaf cappuccino with soy milk. I like having that in the afternoon. So I'm just drawing a rough, and then I'm going to lay out my page. And the message on my page as I'm drawing this is, I think it's important to, I don't know if I like how that handle looks, but it's there, it's in place. And I'm going to use a wet brush, the brush that has the tip on it. And these work really nice. So for my background, I'm going to write a message on here. And my message is going to be about surrounding yourself with the things that you love. Instead of just having things to have, be mindful. And you know, it's all the rage watching the Japanese cleaning and processing in your house. And I had done that a while ago, a couple years ago, and it actually really made a difference. And so now that we've moved, I found myself going back to that to go through stuff. So I'm just going to color in my cup. And actually my cup is a porcelain, it's one made on a potter's wheel. So it has some really cool colors on it. It's my favorite mug to have a cappuccino. I'm going to put a little darker down underneath the bottom. And I'll show you this before, I'll show you what it looks like. Do a little bit of shadows around. I'll make the handle the purple. Just put some more on there. Show you that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to take and just squeeze this out a little bit. And it makes beautiful color. I didn't even put that much on, and I love the color. I just think it's very, very pretty. So I'll show you how. You can do this in 2 parts if you want to have a, if you don't want to have as much blurring, but I'm okay with that. And it shades automatically, which I really like, because that Stabilo is water. You can activates with water. You kind of have your nice shadow there automatically. So, and it's using my favorite color, in case you haven't figured out from my shirt, that hot pink. And then there's my handle, which looks a little wonky to me, but I'm just going to go with it. And this is more about getting an idea and expressing yourself. It's not about being having a perfect painting. Even if you want, whoops, so I got some there and I tried to rub it. I guess that can be a, I'm not sure what that would be, so I'm going to try to get that off a little bit. I can make it steam. There you go. So there is my mug. Very, very basic mug. So I'm going to do my background, and then once it's completely dry, I will let the, I'm just going to rub all different ways, and I'm going to show you how you can actually activate these with your fingers and get a really different look. So I am using for this one the turquoise stick. Turquoise is sort of the color that I've been complementing things with in the house. We don't have turquoise walls, we have gray walls, but the turquoise really works nice with that. And so I am going to just drip some water on the page. I'm going to get it close to the camera, so I just drip some water on there, and all you do is you rub it and it activates them, and that is so fun to me. It is a nice way to use these sticks. You can see I just need a little bit more water. Oops. Just strip that on there. And you'll know how much water you need. And all those lines that you thought were on there that were going to stay kind of disappear. Now I got into the black a little bit from the Stabilo line. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just squeezing the water on there, just dropping it on there. These media sticks, they have a lot, that's a lot of color. I didn't do it that dark or that heavy. And then around the cup, I do have to be careful because normally I would let it dry completely, but because I'm doing a video, it will still be wet. Because if it's dry, then it's not as risky to make it run. So there we go. And that is my background. Okay. And there is some stuff left on there. And then what I'll do to do that middle section, just take your brush and get some of the, anywhere where you have some left. Or you can go right to the top of the stick and rub on there and just put it in there. I didn't even wet the paper there. All right, there we go. Then on the bottom, I can use whatever color I want. And this talks about surrounding yourself in your house with things that you love, not just, things that maybe you've had for a while. Just, so there's some dark blue, just so that will pop that pink. Then I'm going to put my shadow in, just rubbing it across. Then down around the bottom, I'm going to take the black, and that's how I'm going to do my shadow, just near the bottom. And then when I wet it, that will activate it. And then once it's completely dry is when I will write my message on there. So that's how it looks. Okay, then the same thing again. I'm just going to drop this on there, squirt the water out. I mean, I guess I could have a little thing of water if I wanted. Either way is fine. That blue is so beautiful. I love it. It is a pretty, pretty blue color. And you can see where I drop the water, I make dots. Okay, there's not enough coming out. I do have some left. I'm just putting water on my fingers and activating these and going around. And then I'm going to wipe that off because I don't want that shadow to go everywhere. I just want it to stay there. And you just pick up the water. That is really neat to have that ability on those sticks. And there you go. That is that journal. That page is done, except for the writing. I can even go around and it goes nice and, oops. I should have left it there the first time I went back, and that kind of messed it up a little bit. But you saw how I was able to get close. And there's a little bit of darkness in there. And there is my shadow. Sometimes on that curve it's a little hard to get it all. And you can really put a pattern in there if you wanted it to seem like a tablecloth. You know, a tablecloth would have lines going through it. And I'm not going to fill the whole thing in. I like that left blank. And so there is my page. I would need to go around there a little bit. I lost the edge of the cup. I can fill that in, and I can just leave it there. Either way, because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be, this isn't about making perfect art. It's just about making art and just having fun. When we make paintings to sell, then we want it to be more perfect. There you go. So that is my cup. And once it looks a little lost, but once I write my message on there, once this is completely dry, I'm going to write the message on there and then go around the edge, and then I'm going to use pink ink, and so it'll blend together. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for stopping by. Keep creating, keep journaling.